Hey guys, welcome back. You know it's gonna be a banging video when someone preemptively blocks me. They block me before I look into them. I go to find their profile, and it says that the page is not available. What do you think that means? Does it mean anything? We're gonna find out. We're gonna speculate a little bit. We're gonna share our opinions, and when we do so, we gotta make sure that we show this legal disclaimer here. I just want you guys to know. These are all my opinions. Form your own opinions. Let me know your opinions down below in the comment section. I do want to know what you guys think. We're talking signatures here. Authenticity of signatures. It's a debatable realm. There's a lot of money to be made in the old signature game these days. So we've seen some shady business. Now, we have two examples. I guess three examples. Two of the examples are these ones here. These Ken Sugimori autographs. I had a couple people send me these, and I thank you for doing so, people. Much appreciated. We have AOG. We haven't talked about AOG, I don't think, since we were discussing the pop-up, the temporary, you probably shouldn't even bother using them. Grading companies. Again, this is my opinion. You guys do what you want. If you like graded cards, by all means do it. If you like spending $20 to put your stuff in plastic, by all means do it. If you want to do it with a company that doesn't demand a premium, and that a lot of them are at this point in time, a lot of the stuff that was graded during the pandemic, some of it at a giant, super mega, extreme premium, it's okay. Myself and others will gladly crack those near mint copies out of the slabs, because we're back in the days of mostly people. You pretty much have to grade with PSA, and you pretty much have to get a 10 on the vast majority of cards in order to get that premium out of it. Otherwise, yeah, you're probably spending money for nothing. Yes, I know, cruel and unusual punishment the world is. I mean, I feel for anyone that did join during the pandemic. But this bad boy, my God, okay. So I'm going to disclose the fact that I did talk to a couple of experts who I would consider experts in the Pokemon artist signature realm, and I got their opinions as well to just make sure. And the consensus here on this one. Opinion, it's an opinion consensus, but the consensus, it's basically they didn't even try. This is the farthest thing I've seen from a Ken Sugimori signature, I think, in the history of ever seeing them. I've seen some fake ones that look better than this. So you know what, it's okay. I reached out to AOG, Absolute Objective Grading, to ask them who submit these and how do you know they are authentic. I'd like to know what their process was, because my process with my eyeballs is slapping me across the face and saying, what the hell, these are not even close. I also asked Legit's cards, but I mean, maybe it's taking a minute. They got to translate this. It seems like a German company and or a German collector. Hopefully, again, it sounds like they picked them up, or they're at least letting on that they picked them up. So hopefully they didn't get ripped off, and then the grading company is grading them to make it even worse. I don't know what the story is here. I'm waiting. If they would like to talk to me, if anyone would like to talk to me that is featured in these bad boy videos, you just got to reach out. And if I can't get to your DM, because I have a lot of DMs and it's an absolute mess in there, hop in the Discord, hit me with the @Rattle Pokemon, and just say like, hey, I got an important DM. I was in your video, and I need to talk to you about this. I need to tell you where I got the Abra and the Mewtwo, the signed ones. So he's saying, look at these two beauties that arrived today. Thanks Google Translate for that bad boy. Now, I know it's hard to look at. So Japanese characters, people that aren't Japanese, people that don't write kanji, they are going to absolutely make a mess of it. They're going to try their best to replicate it, but it's going to turn out looking something like this. Again, I'm not a professional. This is not professional advice. I am not providing any sort of service like AOG is here, charging money for an opinion. I just want to state my opinion. If anyone would like to explain how this is such a messy piece of shit, then feel free to do so. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe there's proof. Maybe he broke his hand. He broke his hand and he had to sign it with his other hand. There could be reasons. Now, we can just go on here. We can take a look at some of the legitimate signatures. And I mean, if you're going to look at stuff, I guess we should move my stupid face out of the way. If we're going to look at stuff, we can take a look at some known real examples. Now, Sugimori is a little bit more difficult. It's going to have to be older, and you're probably going to want something that's verified. I'm not saying that PSA, every time they ever authenticate something, is doing a good job. I'm not saying that JSA, LMNOP, any of the grading companies can tell for certain, short of them actually being there in person when it's getting signed, or if there's photo evidence, photo proof of it happening. Although, I don't know, recently in a video, we showed that even that could be faked. People are going to use Photoshop. They're going to do whatever they can to milk some dollars out of these signatures, whether they're authentic or not, whether they're wiping them or not. Shout out to Ultimate Pokeflute, the gballer69 that's wiping signatures and not selling them, but is selling them. But I don't know. I don't even know what his argument is anymore. He was back and forth like the wiener baby that he is. So again, be careful with this stuff. We can take a look at some examples here. You can see the kanji on the top. It doesn't look anything like it. Even the Ken Sugimori, the English portion of it, his signature does look like it has changed at certain points. There is variation within it, but it's always pretty damn clean. He's not tracing back over letters, characters. And yes, the Pikachu is usually a pretty quick done Pikachu down on the bottom there. But typically they look a whole lot better than the one that we're looking at. Now, you guys might remember the video that I had about the Sharpied in Charizards, and would you know it? It looks like we have a copycat, and that copycat seems to have me blocked on Instagram, although I've never interacted with them, at least as far as I know. Pretty classic, pretty crazy, right? So, at one point in time, this is what I'm told from people that have been in the industry for quite a while, people that have been collecting, people that have been around the autograph scene much longer than myself and others. They're saying that at one point in time, Arita, he did color in at least one of these Charizards. Maybe he colored in a couple of them, at which point people kept asking for them. People were like, hey, can you color in my Charizard? And he basically got sick of it. He was like, I don't want to do this anymore. If you want to color in the Charizard yourself, go ahead and do so. I mean, at that point in time, it's still an altered signature, but he's probably thinking, hey, I don't want to sit here all day coloring in, sharpieing in a Charizard. I don't even get it. It seems dumb. It seems almost a little bit disrespectful that you're going to cover up all the color and the artwork itself with just color it, just hard Sharpie it in. I don't get it. I don't get the appeal. I think it looks bad. I think it looks like it looks like something on the playground that like some kid didn't realize that his Charizard was expensive, didn't know it was sought after, and he after school he went and got a pack. He pulled one out and he had a Sharpie in his pocket and he went to town on it. So a lot of this is people did it themselves. It seems like people are still doing it themselves. I would be very surprised if, and in this day and age, that Arita at any point will color in another Charizard. I find it very hard to believe. Again, if this is something that happens, I would love to hear about it. I would love to see a picture of it happening. I would love to see proof that it actually happened at an event. That's what we're looking for here. Again, I'm just going to recommend don't buy signatures. It pisses off almost all of the artists. Arita is a little bit more forgiving than the others on this stuff. Go to an event. For the money that people are charging for these signatures, you basically can pay for your travel to the event and your lodging. Pretty much. So find, especially with Arita, he's been a whole lot of places. Get to some events. Go to the extra bonus if there's like a Q&A, little art exhibit kind of thing. It's worth the money. Try it out. Good time. Very, very cool experience. Very worth the money. And if you're going to be there anyway, maybe you get some extra signatures or whatever. But worst case scenario, you get a friend to get one signed for you. If they have extra slots, you help them with their expenses. You pay for the actual cost of the go to get signatures. It's not really, it's more of it goes towards like the appearance fee more than it does the signatures, because they're not allowed to charge for signatures. Based on the Pokemon Company's rules and regulations that they put upon their artists, which it makes it a whole lot of unfortunate stuff that happens, because if they're not allowed to charge for it, then people are going to buy it. People are going to get it for free. People are going to get it cheap. A lot of them, it's been abused. Anyway, we'll stay on topic here. Sharpied in Charizard. We got this bad boy that sold here recently. My God. I don't know if this I don't know if it tops the Sugimori, but I'm going to say that this is, I also, in my opinion, again, it's my opinion, I think this is a counterfeit signature. I think this was Sharpied in by an individual who we're going to discuss in a second. And if they would like to reach out to us and explain what's going on here, they're welcome to do so. Now, the first thing that that my experts, I'm not going to name the experts, but that they pointed out was on the left hand side here. This is Lizardon. It is Charizard in Japanese, and it does not look like somebody wrote it. That typically writes Japanese characters, that writes in kanji. It looks wrong. I mean, you can go look at other examples. It's off. It clearly was trying to replicate that, but didn't do a very good job of it. We got smudgy stuff going on all over here. So if this is at an actual event, for anyone that isn't aware, a lot of the Japanese cards, some of the English cards with the texture on them, they don't take well to like just a normal Sharpie. You need to have the right marker if you're doing this, or it's going to look like this. It's kind of like beads up. It looks like crap. And then it even smudged on the bottom here. So we have a date. That's very nice of them to include the date on here. Again, it's addressed to, it's supposed to be addressed to Charizard. There's no sketch on it, but there is a colored in Charizard, which I'm calling hard doubt, because this is supposed to be 1/6/2024. They smudged the crap out of it, maybe to try and make it look like you couldn't tell where the date was. It almost looks intentional. It looks like they kind of brushed across on it. Maybe they were trying to smudge it. I don't know. But it doesn't look real to me. Again, this is just my opinion. You guys form your own opinions. Go look at any amount of Arita signatures. There is variance within them. But to me, this looks like this looks like a home job. To me. We got a nice little background there, which is pretty important. That's going to come into play here with trying to figure out who this was that was doing this. We got some, are those markers right there? We got markers right there in the background. You probably shouldn't have those in the background if you're taking pictures of this Charizard that was definitely not signed at this very desk. I don't know if it was actually signed at the desk, but I'm assuming that this was not signed by Arita. Now, we have the seller here, Panda Girls 24, 247 feedback, very cool, from California. All right, that's interesting enough. We've seen a lot of California in the recent videos here. Let's see what's going on. We got lots of examples. There's tons of examples on. I mean, Arita has signed a jillion McBillion Charizards. So if you want to find examples to compare this to, yeah, there's no shortage. And I've seen a lot of them. This doesn't look like it. But, okay, first, before we move on, this is going to be a key little point here. The item description from the seller. This rare and highly collectible Mitsuhiro Arita 2016. Don't worry, we have plot twists coming up. Pokemon Japanese Charizard Holo First Edition card is a must-have for any serious Pokemon collector. This card features stunning artwork by Arita and is in mint condition with no visible wear or damage. I mean, other than the marks on the front of it here. This cards was signed at Hawaii PopCon. Okay, 1/6/24. That checks out. And instead of a sketch, I asked for the Charizard to be colored in and personalized to Charizard in kanji within the flames. Whoa, that is quite the request. Data smudged. The cards is in perfect. What are they doing here? Is in perfect condition with a nice swirl. Thanks for looking. All right, sweet. So, someone paid. It was best offer on $15.75, so someone paid a lot of money for this thing, I would imagine. I don't think this was one that he let go. I say he, well, I'm assuming it's a he. Let go for, it's got to be a lot of money. I don't think this was a cheapy-deepy $20 fine. So we can look up the kanji as well to see if the characters even look like what it's supposed to. But more importantly, you're going to see this example. You're going to see that same thing written by Arita on many cards, to be able to know the difference. Now, if we go into their other listings, we see here we got a pre-release Evo, PSA 9, Charizard 2016, Pokemon Holo, Mitsuhiro, Arita, Auto, and Sketch. So, this isn't like a weird burner account where it's like somebody that like only sold jewelry and clothing, and all of a sudden they got an autographed Charizard card that they have on there. This is like someone that's actively selling trading cards that are graded, and they leave a dirty trail behind. My God, do they leave a dirty trail behind. So we take a look here at Panda Girls 24's Evolutions Charizard with the Mint 9 Auto 9 4673581 with the Evolutions pre-release stamp. That's a good one. I still need that one for the binder, and this one looks good. This is probably what it's supposed to look like. I would be very, very surprised if this was counterfeit. In my opinion, I think this is a legitimate autograph. I think with autographs, not only should it needs to look very authentic, but there needs to be the provenance behind where it was obtained, who obtained it, where'd they get it, what they're doing. And this probably would have been an earlier on one, because, I mean, we're going to take a look at the sales history on it, but also the fact that there's no personalization. All the ones in recent times, including the anything that was done at Hawaii PopCon, would have required the old date, the old personalization on there. This one, not so much. Sweet. So I didn't look at the description on this. This is a rare and highly sought after Charizard. Something. They don't say unpersonalized signature. So they didn't talk about where it was obtained. None of that, because apparently they didn't obtain this one. They purchased it. So we look at the old, we want to do the cert lookup on the PSA card. Unfortunately, back in this day, they did not have the photo of the card itself. Shame on PSA for not taking those photos. Back in the day, the cameras did exist, and digital ones did exist. Even if the photos were not good quality, you could at least match it up to make sure it was the same card, that it was a legitimate card. It would make it much harder for people to counterfeit. It is a good thing that they implemented that and they photograph everything now. So this very same card here, or 811 signed Evolutions Stampizard, sold for 5,000 Bonarinos. How much was he selling it for now? 5,000 Bonarinos. So, okay, so he's trying to break even on it. I'm assuming that it was this seller or this buyer who paid the 5,000 3 years ago. K-Girl Fish. Cool name. Kind of weird, eerily kind of similar. For some reason, the user K-Girl Fish does not exist anymore, which is, it's a weird thing, but I don't know if it plays any role in any of this. Just for the record, K-Girl Fish does not exist anymore on eBay. Now, in the sold listings, we have this legendary collection reverse holo Charizard, 3 out of 110 PSA Arita Auto Mint. That sold on January 17th, 2024. So these are recent sales. I'm sure these are pretty identifiable cards. Not only do they have the cert number on the case, but they also have a signature, which is always going to be in a slightly different place, no matter what, no matter how many he signs. We can identify it based on the card, based on the cert, based on the signature. We got all kinds of ways to find out who it is. Who is this? Who might this be? Who is Panda Girls 24? And why are they so into girls that are pandas? And 24 of them at the same time. So we got a sold listing here. Very cool. I did not look at the description here. Pokemon Legendary Collection vs. Charizard PSA Arita Auto Mint. So they don't go into where this was obtained from. Again, it was probably a purchase. Did they break even on it? Were they trying to break even on it? Were they trying to sell it? Were they funding something else? Did they need some money for something else? Who knows what they were doing? But they sold it. Also, in my opinion, this one looks like the real deal. This is like I can't read Japanese, but without looking it up, I'm pretty sure this is like a 2 ash. Pretty sure that's what that's supposed to be. Again, another one of these cheese weasel personalizations. This is in 2022. Okay, all right. Not bad. So we have the date on this one. We have, I guess this is personalization required. We have the standard Charizard on there. He is not colored in. You wouldn't color in a Charizard, would you? We got the cert number. It matches up. Everything looks good. I think this is legitimate, in my opinion. Again, we're going to say whether we think these are legitimate. I'm going to say whether I think these are legitimate or not. I want you guys to say the same down below. Now, back to the potential owner of these cards. Yes, the 3 Charizards that we looked at. The 2 signed ones that look very legitimate, and the third one that doesn't look very legitimate. What do you think's wrong with that third one? Where do you think these are coming from? Could it be gbear ___ that blocked me on Instagram that has something to do with this? Is it gbear? Gbear, did you do something? Are you doing something fishy? All right, let's see how far we can bring this over. But here we go. Sweet. I guess we went too far. Never go too far. You guys recognize any Charizards here? Like the bottom left one and the top right one? Those are Charizards. You guys notice anything about these These wooden backgrounds. Remember the wooden backgrounds from the eBay listings? Now, what's weird is we don't see any pictures of the smudgy one that doesn't look like a real autograph. What do you think that is? Weird, right? All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get a little investigative. We're gonna click on the big Gengar. Well, let's click on this first. We got the G-Baller pick. You got to hold up the slabs. You got to put the face mask on. The Charizard frame. He likes Charizard, so it's weird that he's selling these Charizards, and there's one Charizard that he doesn't seem to show off. All right, we need picture number 2. So what does this say? gbear at Hawaii PopCon was a great time. My one and only regret was not getting to hang out with a few more peeps. In our defense, it was the first time on the island, and there was a lot to do. Why does no one know how to spell lot? It's A space lot. A space lot. Not A-L-L-O-T, not A-L-O-T. Jesus, guys, come on. If you're going to G-ball, learn the basics. To do. Sticking tongue out, eye crossy emoji. We balance it well, if you do say so myself. Palm tree, aloha, wiggly digs. Thanks. I'm sorry if that was offensive. Thanks for having us. All right, very cool. You gotta make sure you get all the culture in while you're there, and you gotta make sure you put it in all your posts. Now, these are the seemingly the 3 cards that he was bringing with him to Hawaii PopCon. Would you look at that? January 11th. So right after the old Hawaii PopCon. 3 cards that he brought with him. Now, if we go here, what is this? Those are 3 cards that are signed. 1 to Gareth, 1 to Charizard, and the other one to Charizard along the side. So the one that the smudgy one that we were seeing, it looks like it was almost kind of a replica of this going on. This shifted over into the flames, but just really poorly done. Wild, right? I think that's pretty wild. Where's the 4th card? Why didn't he post it? And also, why are none of these smudged? Like the one that looks really bad. Are we seeing where this is going? Now, gbear ____. If you'd like to explain what the hell is going on here, feel free to unblock me, send me a message, and just say like, yeah, oh yeah, well, we told them to use this other smudgy marker. Here's like a picture before and after of it being colored in by Arita. Something like that. Feel free. I would love to see it. I'd love to. I would love for my hunch to be wrong here, but I got a bad feeling. About this. This is looking pretty sketch. Again, if all the listings, maybe did someone steal your background? Did they AI generate your wooden table here? Now, it wouldn't be a good post. Wait, I think there was one with the Arita. These guys they'll always be like, oh, thank you so much, Arita. I love you so much. What do we got here? We got some Ocala damp. Let's give it a little screw. We got stuff being signed. My apologies for the lag. We got a VPN whenever these people block me. Which is, it's a minor inconvenience, but also it makes me just want to dig a whole lot more. They're gonna go on these posts. They're gonna post, oh, Arita, thank you so much. You're the best artist. I love you so much. And then all of a sudden they're selling the ones that they got autographed for themselves. Apparently, I don't know. It doesn't really look like you need the money. It looks like you're G-balling pretty hard. I mean, or pretending to be G-balling pretty hard, that you don't need the money from that stuff. You would think that would be your prized possession. The last thing that you possibly sell out of your collection would be those signed cards that meant so much to you. Disappointing. Sketchy and disappointing is about the that's about the way to sum it up. Let me know what you guys think. gbear and AOG and whoever the other guy is, reach out to me. Let me know what's going on. I'd love to see what's going on here. I'd love to see some proof that these are the real deal, that they happened. That's it. That's all. Take care of each other out there. Be careful with autographs. Do not buy them. Please do not buy autographs for your own sake, for your own sanity. again, it's weird to want to pay tribute to an artist that doesn't want it to be happen, doesn't want it to be resold. It kind of defeats the purpose. I know the majority of the people that are doing it, they're in it for the G-baller bucks, and it's going to ruin it for everyone else. We see it time and time again. Even the ones, the artists that do it for free, and then all of a sudden they find out that 79 copies of the stuff that they were sending to people end up on eBay. This is probably one of those examples where we got somebody under a different username with the same pictures, with the same cards, selling those cards so that it doesn't trace back to them. But I mean, I want to say that I'm a Pokemon detective, but this doesn't take a Pokemon detective to figure it out. Wink. See you next time.